think I'm live. We'll just give it. Here we go. Here we go. It's happening. It's happening. um, just give it a second. See if anybody joins. If not, I'm fine. I can just talk to myself. I do it all the time. No big deal. Let's see if I get a notification. No notification. Oh, we got some people joining though. Facebook did not notify me, so we'll see. Hey guys, get in here. Can you guys hear me? Let me check out and see if we've got any. Hello. Hey Lisa, what's up? Hey Susie, can you guys just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? Because I've actually done lives before, an entire live, with like no sound. And I felt like a real idiot when I ended the thing because I basically just was talking with no sound. So, okay. Oh, you got a notification. Awesome, Mary. Why did I not get a notification? Okay, you hear? Okay. Thank you, Glenna. Glenna has confirmed that she can hear me. Okay, hey guys, what's going on? I see my sister's watching too. Hey, what's up? Hi guys. Come on, let's say. What's going on? Happy Monday. I did not do a live last week. Guys, just busy mom stuff. Busy mom stuff. Homework, karate classes, prayer groups. What else did I do? I was just helping with some political stuff. We got some political stuff going on in Colorado. I have not put an endorsement out to anybody. I'm not really a big an endorsement person. Don't really do that. Fight it out amongst yourselves, and then we'll see what happens, and then I'll endorse once we get to the final stage. I don't know why I'm talking like this right now. I actually have never done this. I should do this more often. I should just talk with a New York accent, Hey, I should do that as a character. A character. We should bring in a character that talks like this. Okay. That reminds me of Chuck Schumer talking about student loan debt. That's one of the topics we're going to talk about shortly, just briefly. Actually, yeah, we'll talk about it in a second. First of all, just full disclosure, I did not watch the Super Bowl. Saw the very beginning, and I left because I wanted to pick up one of my friends from the airport. So they asked if I could do it, and I was like, yes, I can. I can totally do it. I can totally do it. Sunday, yes, during the Super Bowl, I will be there. So it wasn't an upsetting thing. I was totally willing and happy to do it. I'm sorry. I've got this. I got a heater down here because I'm in a cooler area of my house, and I put the heater on, and then it literally like lights my legs on fire, and then I struggle with it throughout the entire life. So let's just shut it off, and if I get cold, I get cold. Or I'm just going to share that with you. I don't know why I'm sharing that with you. Okay, so, yeah, I did not watch. I watched the beginning of the Super Bowl. I do find it fascinating. And you guys have got to find it fascinating, too, that now there's no controversy in singing the national anthem. It's totally okay to do that now. And it's totally okay to have military flyovers. No big deal. You can do it. It's totally fine. And being called the Chiefs is no longer an issue. So, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing how, things that were so crazy for 4 years, like, oh my gosh, you're wasting money by flying airplanes and showing too much patriotism and the national anthem. It's fine. It's okay. It's no big deal. Hey, no big deal. I don't know what happened, but apparently it's okay. All of that, no big deal anymore. So we're good. So, yeah, I found that interesting. And then I was off. But I did hear that I missed some stuff. I guess I missed Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen. This guy hates conservatives, hates Republicans, has been vocal about it. Like, he talked trash on Reagan, okay? Who talks trash on Reagan? He talks trash on Reagan, Bush. I mean, if you're a Republican, conservative, patriot, freedom-loving American, don't want socialism and communism, he would come after you. And I guess now, Jersey Boy wants everybody to get along, right? Let's just all hold hands and just unify. First of all, why is he wearing a cowboy hat? I guess he was in a cowboy hat and jeans, riding around in the snow with his top down. Um, trying to pose as a Midwestern, just down to earth kind of guy. Guy's East Coast, like I was earlier with my accent. I would like to know the last time he visited flyover America. Anyways, so now he wants to unify, which I find very interesting because I did a satire on this a while back. The people that were burning down our country this summer, wanting to defund the police, are totally fine with killing fully formed babies in the womb. And hey, if a baby survives abortion, we'll just set it aside and see what happens. The people that want to tear down statues of any history of our country, they want us all to just hold hands and be friends. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to hold hands. I'm not going to be friends. I'm not. I'm just not. And it's not. I'm not because of two things. Two things on why I will not unify with the left. I do not support socialism and communism. Sorry, I just don't. I don't support an ideology that has killed over 100 million people in the last 100 years. I don't support communism because it also lifts up dictators. If you haven't noticed, we've got a guy in the White House right now that signed more executive orders than any president has in the past. He's signed more executive orders than days he's been in office. And I don't support killing babies in the womb. So can't unify with these people. Can't do it. Not going to happen. And will strongly oppose what they want to push. So that's my message to Bruce. Okay, Bruce, if you're out there. Probably not. I don't. That's my message to you. Oh yeah, he talked about reuniting. It's gross, right? Like that's the best way to put it. It's just gross. Don't talk about wanting to unite when you were the most divisive over the last 4 years. And you know what? Simply conservatives want. Like for all the trolls out there, you know what conservatives want? We just want freedom. Like, we're very simple people. You leave us alone. We'll leave you alone. You do your thing. We'll do our thing. Be free. Do what you want. Choose what you want. Just don't harm anybody else. And yes, killing a baby in the womb is harming someone else. But besides that, do your thing. That's really what I'm about. I don't want you up in my business, and I won't be up in your business. Very simple. I don't want the government coming into my church and telling my pastor what he can and cannot say. I don't want the government telling me what I can and cannot say free speech-wise. I don't want the government telling me how many guns I can own. Very simple. Very simple. It's so simple. It's called freedom, and that's what I'm about. That's what conservatives are about. That's what Trump supporters are about. We're not complex. Really, it's a very simple. It's so simple. And the media tries to spin it, but it's very simple. You leave us alone, we'll leave you alone. Okay? Deal? Capiche? Let's see. What else did I want to mention? Because that was the Bruce Springsteen. That was funny. I guess the halftime. Didn't see the halftime. I guess it was like, gosh, leave me your comments on the halftime. I guess it was a total flop by a guy named The Weeknd. Did not know of The Weeknd until he performed yesterday. And if he was to walk by right now, I would not notice I would know who he was. I have no idea who he is. I guess that totally makes me an old lady now at this point, because I didn't know who he was. So, I mean, sorry. I guess it was horrible too. So, and kind of dark. And I guess at one point people were like having red eyes and kind of evil. So, jock straps on the faces. I guess that's the new thing. You know, they like the mask, so now it's just a jock strap. Maybe it's just a clean way to, not a clean way, nothing clean about a jock strap on the face. But maybe, they were trying to, stop the spread. Okay. Let's see here. I wanted to talk immigration because there's some stuff's happening on immigration. I guess Jen Psaki, the new press secretary, who I'm going to have some fun with. I'm excited for Jen. Um, Today she said that they're not going to deport illegal aliens that have minor offenses, and that might include DUIs. So, to the mothers of drunk drivers out there, are you okay with this? Are you okay with a legal alien coming over, drinking and driving, and um, not being deported? That's okay with you? Because that's Biden's America. That's what he wants right now. Just open the borders. Also, he ended the Trump policy of preventing green card holders to become dependent that would become dependent on the government. So Trump said, "Hey, green card holders, we're not going to offer any kind of government independence. You come over, you got to learn how to thrive here." And Biden said, "No, we're gonna give you government dependence." And this all comes back to their goal, right? Like if you're paying attention, because there's a lot of people that are not paying attention. But if you're paying attention, the goal is to have the borders wide open, to pretty much not deport anybody, because if you keep the borders open, then you're bringing people over, and then you're giving them, providing, you're having the government provide for them, which makes them dependent upon the government, and that makes them not independent. And true independence is freedom. And if you're truly independent and free, then you're not going to be voting Democrat, and you're not going to be voting for dependence. So it's a whole thing that they're doing, trying to, enlarge their tent, get more people dependent, because you have to have people dependent in order to usher in socialism and communism. Like that's the goal, right? Like you can't have people that love freedom and want to do it on their own and tell the government to just step off. You have to have the government all up in your business, telling you what to do. That's socialism, communism, and that's what the Democrats want. So end goal, global reset. And now they're openly talking about this global reset. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's openly talked about at the Global Economic Forum in Davos. So that's the goal. Okay. Pretty sad, pretty messed up. Okay. Yeah. Cancel student loan debt. Really quick, wanted to run this across because I've got people that I know that are like, oh my gosh, I still got student loan debt, which is just crazy to me. First of all, I don't think we should bailing out any kind of student loan debt, because if you think about it this way, okay, if you are if you're telling schools and colleges and universities, hey, we're going to bail out student loan debt, then what are the college and universities going to do? Just using common sense logic, what are they going to do? They're going to be like, well, let's jack our prices up. Instead of charging, $50,000 a year, let's charge $100,000 a year. And why stop at $100,000? Let's charge $500,000 a year. And then it totally devalues the actual college scholarship. I mean, not scholarships, but your degree. It totally devalues that. If everybody has a degree because it's all paid for by the government, then having a degree holds no value anymore, right? So it's the people that were willing to risk to put the money on the line to get the degree to make it's more valuable. But if everybody has something, that's just common sense. If everybody has something, it's not valuable, right? If everybody has something, it's not valuable. And if you tell colleges and universities, hey, we're going to foot the bill, college and universities are going to jack up their prices. And this is all coming back to the tax-paying American. And this is just an interesting stat here. Okay? 64% of Americans do not go to college. 36% of Americans do go to college. So why are we asking the 64% of Americans to pay for the 36% of Americans that do go? Like, that's just, like, I mean, if you want to talk fairness, that's not fair. And that's not fair to the people that have worked their butts off to pay for their college, to pay off their student loans. It comes back to more debt, right? It comes back to more debt. It comes back to my children having to pay off this junk. So, totally against it. Okay, so I'm doing a quick live here. The quick live is basically because tomorrow starts the Trump impeachment, right? They are obsessed with Trump. Like I've never, like you think, like you read about stalkers, right? You read of people that stalk people that are obsessed. Like I've got a couple trolls that like they could almost fall into that category. Trump's like next level, right? Like these Democrats are obsessed with Trump. Guy's not in office right now, okay? And they cannot get him out of their heads. They are obsessed with him. Why? Because he was an outsider that came in and started to drain the swamp that they love, and just wallow in. So they want to make it clear that no one ever again is allowed to come in from the outside and disrupt the swamp. It's not allowed. It's not allowed, especially China. Communist China would not allow it. So they're going to try to make some kind of example of Trump. First of all, they don't have the votes. So this is all just literally political theater. It's all just a bunch it's a huge show. It's a huge performance. And I want to warn you right now. If you watch the Kavanaugh trial, if you watch any of the Kavanaugh, oh my gosh, that was just the biggest mess. Okay. Lots of false witness testimony. Lots of unsubstantiated claims. I guarantee you they're going to do the same thing. I guarantee you we're going to have, this is just my prediction, we're going to have people get up there making false claim, false testimony, and we just got to, I mean, if you're a praying person, just pray against that. Just pray against it. Pray that they cannot even utter the words that they have been corrupted into saying that are not truth. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of that tomorrow. And it starts tomorrow. It's going to go, who knows how long this thing is going to go. But I'm going to be watching probably every minute of it because that's what I do. And so I won't be coming in and doing a live unless something like crazy happens and there's like a break and I'm like, oh, we got to talk about it. But that's why I was like, I got to do a live now because it's going to be Trump impeachment, all that unnecessary drama. And okay, so and I always end with some kind of encouragement, because a lot of what we're seeing right now, is theater. It's a show, right? And if I really and go follow my Rumble channel really quick before I forget this. But a lot of what we're seeing is a show, and a lot of what I really want to say, I will say on Rumble once I'm able to go live there. So I'm trying to build up there because if I said what I was really thinking and what I really think it could happen and possibly will happen, Facebook would delete me. So I'm speaking up and speaking out over there. I'm also speaking more on MeWe. I just started a Gab. I haven't really done much of that, but I need to pick that up. But I'm still standing. I know people are like, you're crazy, Rachel. I'm still standing that light is going to come and reveal a lot of this darkness that's been covered up. I still believe that election integrity is the number one thing that Republicans, conservatives, independents need to be focusing on right now. I think it's funny when we hear people that are like, yeah, I'm going to run for office. And I'm like, well, let's just back up a second and make sure that if you want to run for office, let's make sure that our elections are done with integrity. Because right now, personally, I don't trust the vote. I just don't trust the vote. And I want to be able to trust the vote. And we have to get to the bottom of this. We have to, just like Reagan said, trust but verify, right? Let's verify that everything was done right. Let's verify our integrity of our election process. Let's verify it. And I feel like a lot of people, I don't think I'm the only one, feels like I don't trust it. So hold on, let me grab this. Oh gosh, I can't move this. I feel like we gotta verify the vote, and so that's what I'm going to be kind of pushing for and working on right now as I watch my battery just drastically drain. So I won't take too much more time, but when I was praying this last week, God really kept bringing me back to 1st and 2nd Samuel, and 1st and 2nd Samuel is all about David, King David, right? And man, you think you have it rough? Just read 1st and 2nd Samuel. Just read some of the Psalms and you're like, David went through hell. He went through hell and then he went back through hell like a few more times. And I thought it was really interesting, and God just kind of showed this to me. 1 Samuel 16, David is anointed king. Okay, he's anointed king. But he doesn't get crowned king until 2 Samuel 5. And between 1 Samuel 16 and then 2 Samuel 5, we see David anointed king. We see him get married. We see him slay Goliath. We see Saul attempt to kill him, then Saul attempt to kill him again and again and again and again. He becomes best friends with Jonathan. He multiple attempts again on his life. He loses his wife. She gets killed. Tragedy. Everything's destroyed. And then finally, like he finally becomes king. So what God set into motion, and then what eventually came into being, took some time, right? There was some junk that happened in between 1 Samuel 16 and 2 Samuel 5. And I think we have to remember that, because sometimes things are spoken and we expect it to happen right now in our time. And sometimes some junk has to happen. Some things have to be revealed, and truth has to come out, and righteousness has to take place, and a cleansing has to take place. And we see that happen to David in between this gap of time. And I think that we're in that time right now. I do believe that we're in a point of standing and clinging to what God has spoken, holding on, and continuing to believe God that what has been hidden in darkness is going to be brought to light, and that truth is going to be revealed. I don't know the time, like I continue to say that, but I do believe we're in this like limbo period right now. And to be honest, to be completely honest, as I watch all of these executive orders take place and this crazy agenda being pushed, I do have this underlying peace. I have this peace, like it's not going to come into fruition. God, I don't know. I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but I just do feel in my gut, in my spirit, that evil is not going to prevail. And because I know a lot of people out there are very scared, and they're very worried, and there's a lot of hopelessness, and oh my gosh, it's over, and America, what, it's, I'm not there. I'm really not there. And you would think, with how heavily I'm engaged in politics, if you really study the policies, if you really study the legislation going up on the floor into the House, it's terrifying. And I should be terrified. I should be like, oh my gosh, but I'm not. I really am not. I'm in peace. And so I think that peace is because I know God's going to come through. I don't know time, can't tell you time, but I do feel it. And if you feel it too, let me know. My battery is literally about to completely die. So I thought I brought my cord down. I thought I could reach, but I can't. So with that, I'm going to say, let's watch this impeachment. Let's pray for President Trump. And let's continue to thank God for what is coming, that the truth is coming, that exposure is coming, and that good is going to prevail. Because that's what faith is, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen, right? We haven't seen it. I have no evidence to present to you right now, but I'm standing in faith, and I'm going to continue to stand in faith. And I would rather go out standing and believing in faith than to lose my faith. That's just where I'm at. So God bless you guys. Share this video. Go like my Rumble my Rumble page, Conservative Mama, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.